Hey everyone, Gardener Koo here, Nacho in the igloo, and if you love the chorus of frogs at night, this is a video for you. So the Pacific tree frog has a range from southern Alaska all the way down to the tip of Baja. And here in California, they've had it really hard recently. There's been drought, there's been fire, and fungal disease. So if you want to help our little web friends out, why don't you make a frog habitat? The first thing you need to do is to pick out a vessel. You want to get a vessel that's watertight, at least a foot in diameter, and at least 6 inches deep. You want it that big because if you don't want to cook the tadpoles on accident. You can go bigger than that, like this yellow one, or much larger than that, like a water lily. It just matters that it's a minimum size of that. If the pot you picked out isn't watertight, what you can do is you get a tile and you put Bondo along the back side of it on all edges, and then you stick that over the drainage holes or holes. Just make sure it's dry before you continue on in these steps. After finding the right location for your vessel, it's time to add the pool filter sand. Pool filter sand is great because it's pre-washed, it's cheap, and inexpensive. You want to add 1 to 2 inches at the bottom of your vessel. This is going to create a home for nitrifying bacteria. I learned this during the pandemic when I made an aquarium. Nitrifying bacteria will clean the water for you. Basically, when a leaf falls in, it turns into ammonia. The bacteria at the bottom living in the sand will turn it into nitrate, which will then turn it into nitrites, which will can then be eaten by plants and algae. After adding the sand, the next step is figuring out where you're going to place your vessel. You want to make sure it's level, and if you're placing it on soil, be very careful to put some flagstone or bricks underneath it. If you don't do this, the pots tend to move and lose level. All right, and that is enough sand. After putting your pool filter sand in, it's time to add the water. So one note on placement for your frog habitat. If it's on the smaller side, you want to go in part shade, but if it's a large one, you can do full sun even in the hottest climates. And there goes my little grumpy dragon Freya. She is not appreciating Nacho yet. I think she still thinks he's visiting, but c'est la vie, she'll get used to him eventually. All right, so I'm going to get back to you once this is full. See you in a sec. All right, now that we're full, let's talk about 2 problems you could run into. The first is if you're on city water. Chlorine is toxic to algae and to tadpoles. Hi, Nacho. So, the way to deal with this is to use an aquarium product called dechlorinator or Prime. I love this for my aquarium days. It is top shelf. So all you have to do is take 1 capful and pour it right in, and it dechlorinates all that water. The other thing you have to worry about is mosquito larvae. So once you actually get tadpoles, you don't have to worry about mosquito larvae, but until you do, because they eat them, but until you do, you need to make sure your water is clear of them. The easiest way to do this is mosquito dunks. I use this product. It is 100% pet safe, and what it does is it's a bacteria that kills the mosquito larvae in the water. Each of these dunks is good for 1 month. Honestly, you probably only need 1 at first, because by the time a month has passed, you should have some tadpoles coming in. The frogs breed from late winter to summer for me. This may be different where you live, but as long as you have tadpoles in here, you don't have to worry about the larvae. But once summer comes around, you need to start putting the dunks in there religiously. Finally, let's talk about water plants. Water plants are important for 3 different reasons. The first reason is water plants provide shade to the pot. So when you add plants on top, they shade the top of the water, so it slows down evaporation and also keeps the temperature in the pot a lot more stable. This will keep your tadpoles from cooking. The second reason you want to add water plants is because they clean the water. When you have leaves fall in and you have decomposing stuff in there, these will suck all the nutrients up to keep the environment from becoming too high in nitrites. Nitrites will kill your tadpoles if too high of a quantity. And the last reason you want water plants is you need a spot for the frogs to mate. So the males will come out at night and they will sit on top of the leaves, and that's where they'll do their call. If you have enough water plants up there, you can sometimes get 2 or 3 male frogs in 1 pot. So the type of plants I use in my water pots are duckweed, which is a small green one, water cabbage, which has a great textural leaf and looks beautiful, and then finally water hyacinth, which has a beautiful purple flower in the fall. I use these because they're easy, they require no care. All you have to do is keep the pot full of water and they will grow out of control. I highly recommend sharing plants with your friends because they grow fast and you're going to feel guilty throwing them away. So this happened the night after I filmed my video. Gardner Koo is not great at putting things away promptly, and Sharknado Nacho has made it worse. So I was out to get Nacho to pee and saw a frog getting ready to enter my habitat. My amazing husband was then able to catch footage of him entering the vessel. And as a bonus, the water lily pot right next to that had some lily leaves rustling and a telltale sign of tadpoles being achieved. Let's go back to my habitat and watch this little guy croak for love. Thank you for watching the video. I hope this helped you and inspired you to do a fun project this weekend. Please press like and subscribe. For me, Nacho, and the little dragon Freya, thank you for watching.